Old David Robinson. Old David Robinson. Come on in here. Come on in here, Mr. Robinson, the Admiral. You are a stone cold trip. Here you come out here talking about, well, there's too many journalists out here and too many ways of people knowing the game, and I really don't like social media. Old stiff David Robinson. Now, I got respect for him as one of the greatest centers ever, one of the greatest players ever. Blah, 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 yah. Great defender, underrated offensive force, and very talented. Got to play with Tim Duncan. I still don't know how he really got hurt though, because I never thought of him as an injury-prone guy to get Tim Duncan. But that's another story, another video, and that's part of my conspiracy theory. But anyway, he up here talking about this. Everyone's got a form, everyone's got a take. Well, let me let you in on the secret, Admiral. If it wasn't for content creators such as myself and others, you might be forgotten. No, you wouldn't be forgotten in the sense that you are being a great player or MVP or what you did, even though we still gonna talk about how Hakeem just dusted your behind off in '95. But anyway, and your home. Then you always had a perception of being kind of soft and just a good old jolly ha 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 guy. And I still remember Michael Jordan looked at you sideways for talking about him in that Reader's Digest column. He said, "Why my name come up?" But anyway, old good old nature Dave, like a strong muscle version of Gomer Pyle, just a good old American, good Samaritan. Yeah. We talk on here, so if there's a whole generation who didn't get to see you play, let me tell you a story, Dave Robinson. The heads on sticks on these corporate plantations on ESPN, Fox, etc., they're not going to talk about your greatness. They're not going to mention how impactful or versatile you were as a defender or how you were agile and strong and all that. They're not going to do that. They tend to talk more about Dwight Howard or something than they do about your legacy. I'm just going to keep it 100. So it's a shame. They barely mention your teammate Tim Duncan, who's one of the 5 or 6 greatest players ever. So what makes you think they're gonna? If it wasn't for heads in the streets talking about you, on these content creators or these people who go back in basketball, you wouldn't have a lot to be remembered to talk about. You won a couple rings. You went to, finals, etc. But no one really sits around and gloats on you like that. As a matter of fact, the beauty of content creators and people online and people that spend time to the craft and really love the game aren't bought and paid to just sit and talk about Michael Jordan and LeBron James endless tiring comparisons or how the Lakers are, the same old usual suspect conversations on these networks. And we just talking basketball, because in football they would still find a way to talk about the Dallas Cowboys, which would be futile and useless. And you know how it is. Star packed, star driven, and all that. Content creators such as myself and people who really love the game and can go back and remember when you denied a young Shaquille O'Neal winning the scoring title in '94. How you lit up the Clippers, all patriotic and all firm and everything. No one ever disputes your athleticism or your greatness, but you never really said much of nothing, and you were just always the admiral and the clean-cut man. He was the perfect man who never appeared on the Cosby Show. You were that guy back in the day, all teeth and all happy, ha ha ha, rah rah rah. We talk about a lot of players who don't get their due and make interesting comparisons in videos, and that's the powerful thing about having platforms and the services to do that, David Robinson, because to people who didn't see Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood as a commercial back in the day, or didn't understand that you were a good dude, but you were a great player, but that's what we want to talk about. And a lot of people don't do that. So if you have to depend on major networks to talk about a 2-time champion, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Because they're writing Kawhi Leonard out of history. And you got issues with Kawhi, but guess what? He belongs to be talked about. So if you won, you should be talked about. They don't give like I say, they don't give your best buddy on the Spurs team, Tim Duncan, half his due. And that's just the fact. So you should be thankful that people are trying to have platforms, because people got tired of the idiotic, simpleton, dumped down jive hacks like Stephen A. Smith and Nick Wright and always saying the same old regurgitated tyrant, as opposed to going back and do due diligence and talking about your history and talking about the guys who paved the way and the impact they had. So David Robinson, when you see content creators who say your name, they're debating you in ways that you never would get debate on this regular TV time. You sure don't. It's a shame that you aren't there to articulate your thoughts, because they'd rather go get a low budget, no having jive turkey like Kendrick Perkins. Some of the networks I'd be seeing who they be hiring, these guys weren't even set for me mugging and riding on the pine. What did they ever do? Unless they snitched. So I don't understand why Dave Robinson would have a problem with more media when people are giving their opinions, because it is the people who put you in your position and the people that support you. And it's important that voices are heard. That's what we're dealing with today. Not the falseness of the same old tired 999 ways to say the same old thing. If that's what you want, then you can get it. But if you want people that can remember and respect the people who paved the way and put in the time and effort, and that's why you watch content creators. So Dave Robinson, you missing the boat, yo. Because I've seen a lot of people debate you on different basketball forums and spots, pros, cons, and in, but they mention you. Who talked about you lately on ESPN or Fox or any of these sport networks? I am listening. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like it. Hit that membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke. I'm out. Peace.